Chapter 4. Agriculture. A quick glance. Meaning of agriculture. Factors affecting agriculture. Types of agriculture. Subsistence farming. Its meaning and types. Commercial farming. Its meaning and types. Major crops, food crops and cash crops. Agricultural development. Green Revolution. The economic activities of human beings can be categorized into three parts: primary, secondary, and tertiary. In primary activities, the activities which are directly related to nature are included. Secondary activities include processing of raw materials from nature, like making clothes and different goods. Tertiary activities are mainly concerned with transport, communication, banking, insurance, etc. Agriculture. Agriculture is a primary activity as it is the main occupation of people since ancient times to obtain food. It includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. About half of the population of the world is engaged in agricultural activities. In India, about 65% population is engaged in agriculture. Therefore, India is considered to be an agricultural country. The word agriculture is derived from the Latin word ager or agri, meaning soil, and culture, meaning tilling and cultivation. It means agriculture is an activity in which we depend upon soil to grow crops. Snippet. The agriculture industry is full of job opportunities ranging from desk jobs to field work. There is something for everyone. One of the most interesting facts about the agriculture industry is that it is the single largest employer in the world, employing 40% of the global population. Factors affecting agriculture. These are the factors which affect the agriculture of a particular area. Favorable topography. For good agriculture, flat and leveled land is an ideal condition. Therefore, world's plain areas are most suitable for the agricultural practices. For example, the northern plains of India. Soil also affects agriculture. Drained fertile soils are very good for the better growth of crops. Soil with appropriate nutrients and humus contents is ideal for agriculture. For example, alluvial soil of river valleys, black soil, etc. produce good crops. Climate. Along with topography and soil, climate also plays an important role in the development of agriculture. Polar areas are not suitable for agriculture as germination of seeds is not possible in very cold areas, but tropical and temperate regions provide good climatic conditions for agriculture. The land on which crops are grown is called arable land. Agricultural activities are mainly concentrated in the world where suitable factors are available. Types of agriculture. Different kinds of agriculture are found in different parts of the world. They depend on the geographical conditions, climate, demand of produce, labor and level of technology and culture. Agriculture may be broadly grouped in the following two groups: subsistence farming, commercial farming. Subsistence farming. This kind of agriculture is mainly done for the subsistence of the farmer and his family. It only fulfills the basic food requirements of the farmer and his family. The people involved in such kind of farming have low technological equipments, are illiterate, and have very less money to invest in farming. Mainly, family members work on the fields. They grow crops like wheat, potato, maize, etc. as their farm sizes are small. Subsistence farming may be again classified into intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. Intensive subsistence farming. This kind of agriculture is practiced in the thickly populated areas. In such areas, feeding a large population is always the most important question. In such areas, people do agriculture on small pieces of land. Due to limited availability of land for agriculture, people use simple tools and more labor. Sometimes, rich farmers may use modern techniques. In these areas, climate is favorable. This allows farmers to grow more than one crop per year. Rice is the main crop. Wheat, maize, pulses, and oil seeds are other crops grown in this form of agriculture. It is common in monsoon regions of South, Southeast, and East Asia. This kind of agriculture is most prevalent in India, China, and primitive subsistence farming. It is the oldest technique of agriculture, which includes shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Shifting agriculture, it is also known as slash and burn agriculture. In this, the farmers or cultivators prepare a small piece of land by felling trees and then burning them. The ashes of these trees mix with the soil to act as fertilizer. Then, farmers and their families grow crops, here with primitive tools such as hoe, saw, and digging sticks. They mainly grow maize, millets, beans, fern, potato, tapioca, manioc, yams, cassava, etc. After 3 or 4 years, the same piece of land loses its fertility. So, the farmers leave this land and move in search of another piece of land. Such kind of agriculture is most common in thickly forested areas of Amazon basin, tropical Africa, parts of Southeast Asia, and Northeast India, where there is heavy rainfall and quick regeneration of vegetation. Nowadays, this type of farming is not allowed by many countries as it results in loss of biodiversity and harms the environment. Nomadic herding. In this agriculture, herdsmen move from one place to another with their cattle for fodder and water along defined routes. They move due to limitations and boundations of climate. For example, the Gujars and Bakawals of Kashmir come down from the high mountains with their cattle in winter season due to extreme cold and return back during summer season. Such farming is practiced in the semi-arid and arid regions of Sahara, Central Asia, and some parts of India like Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir. People mainly rear sheep, camel, yak, and goats, which provide them milk, meat, wool, hides, and other products. Commercial farming. Commercial farming is done over large pieces of land with the help of modern tools and technology. Farmers use insecticides, pesticides, and chemical fertilizers to grow healthy crops. Most of the work is performed by machines. In such agriculture, crops are grown and animals are reared for sale in the market. Commercial farming can further be divided into 3 types of farming. They are as follows: commercial green farming, mixed farming, plantation farming, commercial green farming. In this farming, crops are grown mainly for the purpose of sale. Crops are grown over large pieces of land with modern equipments. Only 1 or 2 crops are grown due to constraints of weather. Wheat and maize are the main commercial crops grown. Other crops grown are barley, oats, corn, rye, and cotton. Temperate grasslands of North America, Europe, and Asia are the areas of the world where commercial green farming is commonly practiced. These areas are sparsely populated and have extensive fields. Mixed farming. In mixed farming, 2 or more crops, like food and fodder crops, are raised in the same field. Vegetables, flowers, and fruits are also grown. It is commonly practiced in Europe, the eastern USA, Argentina, Southeast Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. In these types of farming in areas where rainfall is low animals and livestock are also reared along with agriculture for their milk, meat, and wool. Plantation farming. In this mainly tea, coffee, cocoa, sugarcane, cashew nuts, rubber, banana, coconut, oil palm, etc. are grown over large fields, but only a single crop is grown at a time on huge farms called estates. Intensive labor and capital is required to practice this type of agriculture. Several processing units are established in or around such plantations. Therefore, it requires good transport and communication to sell the products in the markets. Mainly tropical and subtropical regions, such as India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Brazil, Cuba, Ghana, northeastern Australia, are well known for plantations. Rubber in Malaysia, coffee in Brazil, tea in India and Sri Lanka, etc. are the famous examples of plantations in the world. This type of farming was introduced by the Europeans during their colonial rule. Major crops. There are different types of climate in different parts of the world which support a variety of crop production. Crops are a must to fulfill the food requirements of the growing population. Many industries also depend upon the production of crops. Crops can broadly be classified as food crops and cash crops. Crops that are directly consumed, like cereals and pulses, are called food crops. They include rice, wheat, maize, and millets. They are also called the staple crop of that area. Crops that are mainly grown for sale are called cash crops. They include tea, coffee, cotton, jute, sugarcane, and rubber. They are also called commercial food crops. Rice, it is the major food crop of the world. It is grown in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. It is the staple diet of people living in these regions. It requires high temperature, high humidity, and good rainfall. It also requires clay, well-drained alluvial soil which can retain water. China is the leading producer of rice, followed by India, Japan, Sri Lanka, and Egypt. In favorable climatic conditions, 2 or 3 crops of rice may be grown in a year, such as in West Bengal and Bangladesh. Major rice-producing states in India are West Bengal, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Odisha, and Bihar. Wheat. It is the second most important cereal crop. It is grown in cool temperate regions. It requires cool growing season, bright sunshine at the time of ripening, 50 to 75 centimeters of annual rainfall, and well-drained loamy soil. It is mainly grown in the USA, Canada, Argentina, Russia, Ukraine, Australia, and India. The leading wheat-producing states in India are Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. Millets, jowar, bajra, and ragi are the important millets which are mainly grown in India, Nigeria, China, and Niger. These are also known as coarse grains. Millets can be grown on less fertile and sandy soil. Millet crops can also be grown in the areas with low rainfall and high to moderate temperature. Maize, it is a crop which is used both as food and fodder. It is also a tropical crop which requires moderate temperature, 21-27 degrees C, and rainfall. It grows well in old alluvial soil. It is mainly grown in North America, Brazil, China, Russia, Canada, India, and Mexico. Cash crops. Cotton. Cotton is a widely grown fiber crop in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. Cotton grows well on black and alluvial soil with high temperature and moderate amount of rainfall. It is mainly grown in USA, China, India, Pakistan, Brazil, Egypt, Russia, Sudan, and Uzbekistan. Major cotton producing area of India is the Deccan Plateau. The leading cotton-producing states in India are Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Haryana. Jute is also a fiber crop, which is called golden fiber because of its color and commercial importance. It is used for making gunny bags, mats, ropes, carpets, and packing materials. Jute needs alluvial soil with heavy rainfall, humid climate, and high temperature. India and Bangladesh are the leading producers of jute in the world, where it is grown in the floodplains and delta regions. West Bengal is the leading jute-producing state in India, followed by Assam and Bihar. Some other jute-producing countries are Malaysia, Myanmar, Thailand, Taiwan, China, and Brazil. Sugarcane. Sugarcane is an important plantation crop grown in the tropical regions of the world. It grows well on fertile and well-drained soil. Leading sugarcane producing countries are India, China, Pakistan, Thailand, Indonesia, Fiji, Philippines, Mexico, USA, Hawaii, Cuba, and Australia. The major sugarcane producing states in India are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Coffee. It is a plantation crop that is well grown in warm and wet climate or hot and humid climate. It requires well-drained loamy soil. Hill slopes are more suitable for the growth of this crop. Brazil is the leading producer of coffee. Colombia and India are other major producers. Leading coffee-producing states in India are Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. It is also grown in Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Tea. It is an example of plantation agriculture. It is well grown in tropical and subtropical climates. It requires drained and fertile soil, rich in humus and organic matter. High rainfall, evenly distributed throughout the year, is the prime requirement for the growth of its tender leaves. There should be moist and frost-free climate all throughout the year. It is well grown on gentle slopes and requires intensive labor to pick the leaves. Kenya, India, China, and Sri Lanka produce the best quality tea in the world. India is the leading producer as well as exporter of tea in the world. Assam and West Bengal are the leading tea-producing states of India, followed by Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, and some other northeastern states. Rubber. It is an equatorial plantation crop which requires hot and humid climate, but under some special conditions, it is also grown in tropical and subtropical areas. It requires annual rainfall of more than 200 centimeters and temperature above 25 degrees C. It is an important industrial raw material mainly grown in the equatorial countries. Some main rubber-producing countries are Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, India, and Vietnam. Malaysia is the leading producer of this crop. India ranks 5th among the world's rubber producers. The leading rubber-producing state in India is Kerala, followed by Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. It is also grown in some northeastern states of India and in the Andaman and Nicobar. Agricultural development. Agricultural development means to make efforts to increase agricultural production in order to meet the growing demand of increasing population or to maintain food security. Adopting following methods can lead to agricultural development: increasing crop area, growing variety of crops, improving irrigational facilities, using fertilizers, manures, pesticides, and insecticides, using high-yielding variety H5 seeds, mechanization of agriculture. Different kinds of agriculture have developed in different parts of the world according to individual requirements. For example, in developing countries like India, intensive agriculture is developed as lands are small and there is a large population. But in countries like USA and Canada, large farms of agriculture are found with commercial farming due to sparse population and availability of extensive land for agriculture. Snippet: India holds 6th place with 7% of the world's market share in medicinal and aromatic plants. Green Revolution. The great increase in the production of food grains and other agricultural produce is described as Green Revolution. Dr. Norman Ernest Borlaug, an American agronomist, is called the father of Green Revolution, who worked in Mexico in the 1940s and 1950s to make his country self-sufficient in the production of food grains. He introduced a new technology in agriculture which included the use of high-yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, and adequate irrigation water. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize 1970 for his contribution. Green Revolution started in 1968 in India under the initiative of Dr. M. Swaminathan, an Indian agronomist who is also called the father of Green Revolution in India. Under his guidance and initiative, high-yielding varieties of rice and wheat seeds, which were insect-resistant and produced high-quality crops, were developed. It was a great success in the states of Punjab and Haryana. He was awarded Nobel Prize for Food and Agriculture in 1987. Today, India is not only self-sufficient in the production of wheat, but has surplus stocks that are exported to other countries. Glossary: farming, growing of crops, and rearing of animals. Commercial farming, growing of crops for the purpose of sale in the market. Plantation farming, only a single crop is grown over a large tract of land. Primitive subsistence, oldest method of agriculture done by farmers for the needs of their families. Cassava, a potato-like crop grown in shifting agriculture. Fiber crops, crops containing fiber such as jute and cotton. Mixed farming, when growing of crops and rearing of animals is done over the same piece of land. Recap: growing of crops from soil or land is called agriculture. Farming includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. Favorable topography, soil, and climate are the important factors which affect agriculture. Broadly, agriculture may be classified into subsistence farming and commercial farming. Intensive subsistence agriculture is most common in thickly populated areas such as India. Shifting agriculture is also called slash and burn agriculture, in which a farmer clears a patch of land by felling and burning of trees and does farming for some time and then again moves in search of another piece of land. In nomadic herding, herdsmen move from one place to another with their cattle in search of fodder and water. Commercial farming is done over a large piece of land with modern equipments. In plantation agriculture, only a single crop is grown over an extensive piece of land, for example, tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, etc. Dr. Norman E. Borlaug is called the father of Green Revolution. He introduced a new technology in agriculture which included the use of high-yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizer, and adequate irrigation water to increase the production of food grains. Green Revolution started in 1968 in India under the guidance and initiative of Dr. M. Swaminathan, who is called the father of Green Revolution in